You're an artist. Please start acting like it.
You think you could come in my house 9-10 o'clock? Oh, and here's the gag, bro. Here's the fucking gag.
Yo, there go that background noise. There go the beautiful sounds of the morning in NYC. My boy or girl is getting active in here. You can't see it, but damn, I wish y'all could see it. You see my boy on the lettuce. You see my boy. Look at the I'm thinking I should probably, I have a microphone that I can hook up to my camera, but I don't be feeling like doing all that. The background noise might be distracting, but it's my third day around here. I don't know. I don't like the way these canvases be smelling. Mad chemically. Okay, so this one is basically finished. This one is finished. Obviously, I like the strokes, the long strokes. You know what I'm saying? I like the long strokes better than the like shorter strokes. It's just blended in better. Some patchy spots, but honestly, I'm not that meticulous about it. Like, I'm still definitely going to utilize both of these. I still have to do that one, but I don't exactly know what color I want to do. A large part of my artistic style is based on all the mistakes that I make. So I guess I should put you guys to where I could talk, right? If I even have one specific style, I don't really know what my artistic style is yet completely. I know that I'm a very, what is the word? I remember one time I showed, when I went to my tattoo artist and I showed him a tattoo or a drawing that I made that I wanted him to tattoo. And he looked at my sketchbook and he was like, whoa. Oh, manic. He said, I'm a very manic artist. To where like I have to just like fill up the page with all kind of stuff. Like I can't, empty spaces just kind of like, they don't really do it for me. You know what I mean? So anyways, with that being said, actually, I'm gonna pick this up because this is basically dry. That only took about, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. It's not like I want to say it's 100% dry, but I would say it's about like 85-90% dry, and I don't know that I can wait. So plus at the same time, this pink that's in here, I still have like a large glob of it that I don't want to dry up. So I'm either thinking I'm gonna create a really light pale pink with mostly white, or technically I don't have white. I guess I should have went over the colors that I have. This is unbleached titanium, so it's like an off-white basically. This is, and the other white that I have is an iridescent white, so it actually has like mica, which is basically like shimmer metallic, and Naples yellow. Then this is the green that I got. It's called Hooker's green. Okay, then I have this small bright yellow because I know that I'm not gonna use a lot of it. I think I'm in the mood to like kind of play with like monochrome sort of vibes. I'm into more like lighter colors in general. I guess that would technically be like pastel kind of colors. It just depends on my mood though, for real. For really real. I'm debating if I should just go ahead and use the rest of this pink. Oh shoot, I have to do the bottom border. Hold on, please hold. See, I'm just gonna put it right up on this table because this table already has mad paint on it. So I'm gonna do this bottom border real quick. She getting real thick. That's one of the plus size pros and or con, is that it dries really fast, so your work time could be really fast. You don't have to wait too long for different layers to dry, especially if you're like an amateur. You're not like a professional artist who doesn't, if you don't do a lot of blending. That's what oil paint is really good for, a lot of blending, because it takes so long to dry. For me, I'm not doing all of that. I want things to dry because I'm very impatient and I like to layer. I guess I would say in some senses I'm like a mixed media artist when it comes to visuals. Like I can use anything, any medium that you give me. I have paint markers. Any medium that you give me, I can use it for something. So I have a bunch of paint markers in here. They're not my favorite paint markers. They're not no Posca markers. You know what I'm saying? But I also like to do some collaging, some collage work. So this is my sketchbook. Hold on. So this is just with like paint markers and color pencils. So it's kind of hard to see either. But like this is all color pencils basically, with a couple of paint marker strokes in there. Me practicing different things, but with I was using mostly colored pencils this day because that's what I had on hand. And then I came back in with some metallic markers to kind of like zhuzh it up, but fine warmth. That's the model. Which, oh, this is what I was going to show you guys. Like, this is a collage that I made. I had some tissue paper. It started out with a colored pencil drawing of a hummingbird, and then eventually I got carried away, and this is some handmade paper from Paper Source. This is a bunch of tissue paper and markers and stuff. So yeah, this is another kind of collage. It's like a collage aspect that I put on the side, Sharpies, all kinds of things. So another random addition of some tissue paper in the sketchbook. I just like to add texture sometimes, depth, dimension. This is with paint markers, and I have these metallic watercolors. This is also a page of metallic watercolors. So literally anything I can get my hands on, anything that I can get my hands on that has some pigment to it. This is watercolors and paint markers. I'm gonna use it. I'm not just confining that to my sketchbook. I'm gonna use whatever I can on these canvases too. Sometimes I just do like this, a bunch of random sketches of things. You know? This is my little symbol. This is the love of my life, Ganesh. Oh, I just wrote this quote down yesterday. This is my favorite quote from high school. It's still one of my favorite quotes ever. I'll read it for you. I don't know if this is word for word verbatim. This is just from my memory, and I haven't written this quote out in a very long time. And it was from a book called A Letter to Young Poets, something like that. Perhaps all the dragons of our lives are princesses waiting to see us act just once with beauty and courage. Perhaps everything that frightens us is, in its deepest essence, something helpless that wants our love. So yeah, I wrote that down yesterday. This page started with a sketch. I was thinking about putting that quote on one of these canvases, so I just wrote it out so that I would have the reference somewhere. Don't know if I'm actually gonna put the quote yet. Don't really know, but overall these are what my canvases are. This was me sketching out some of what I want my canvases to be. So this is my personal symbol. This is like, if I could have a signature, this would be it, the 2-7 Ankh. And this is the sun hieroglyph. And so this is the symbol basically for my find warmth. Hashtag, logo, motto. So find warmth is one of the mottos of my life. If you haven't checked out my Everything's in Square blog from like 4 years ago, maybe, check that out. I've been doing this. I just was very inconsistent. All the videos that are on my YouTube, you might see them be like, why does she have one video a year? Because I literally only posted one video a year over the past like 5 years. And then this symbol is a 2 and a 7, but I try to make it shaped in an Ankh, and the Ankh represents eternal life. I got paint on it. No, this is my friend's business card. So this is like the ideal shape, something like this. I'm gonna try to paint that onto one of these canvases as perfectly as I possibly can. But also, while I'm doing all this talking, this paint is drying, so I need to get with it or get lost, basically. That's what I need to do. I don't want to do too much. Perfect. This is giving me exactly what I needed it to give. I finally decided to invest in some quality, better quality paintbrushes. I knew I needed a big one because I'm dealing with a bigger size canvas than I've ever painted on, for real. I don't think I've ever painted on a canvas this big, and to me this is not even that big. Like, as I'm painting it, I'm like, okay, this could give me, I'm definitely at the stage of my artist development where I could do more. But for the purpose of what I'm actually using these for, I didn't need to do a giant mural or nothing like that. I just needed these for covering up some spots on my walls, for real. So I wanted them basically poster size. Oh, I got a streak of pink. That's what I didn't want to happen, but it's all right. I embrace all. There's no such thing as a mistake when it comes to art. So any accidents, I could say there's accidents, but mistakes, maybe not. So any accidents that happen are actually opportunities for any artist, for any person, in anything. Any mistakes or accidents are opportunities to, what's the quote? I was watching an art video many years ago on YouTube trying to learn how to draw, and that is another reason why you will never, besides colored pencils because they're colorful, you'll never catch me drawing with a pencil unless it's literally the only medium that I have at the time. Because when I started learning how to draw like basic things, which I guess I could flip through my other sketchbook, or I'll insert pictures. I know I have pictures somewhere of those back in the day drawings when I was just learning about shading and lighting and facial features and things like that years ago. I was watching a YouTube video to help me, you know, learn the foundations of, it probably is still on YouTube. If it is, I can insert it or link it below in case anyone cares. But anyways, the teacher was basically saying, like, use pen or use marker, use something that you can't erase, because you actually want to encourage making mistakes. It's not what he said verbatim, but basically the quote went something like, allow yourself to make mistakes so that you can figure out what you're capable of fixing. And I'm the type of person naturally where a simple quote could change my whole life. It can literally change the trajectory of my life, because shit be that deep to me. So when he said that quote, it literally was like a moment for my whole life. My whole life changed after I heard that, because I was like, yo, dead ass. Dead ass. We should always be allowing the space for mistakes and accidents to happen. Otherwise we'd all just be perfect. And perfect is cool, but perfect is not fun. Feel me? So there's that. But like he said, it's like allowing yourself the opportunity to like show yourself what you're capable of fixing. And I think that is super important. Now, you know, that doesn't mean you can't strive for perfection. You should always be striving, in my opinion, to be refined in everything that you do. But specifically, not even on an art tip, but specifically in your character, in the way that you carry yourself as an individual, you should always be striving for like to refine yourself as much as possible, to be the most refined version of who you are and who you came to this earth school to be, to learn to be. You feel me? So with that sort of ideology, I don't know, it just really changed my perspective on a lot of things, and it helped me to like be easier on myself and to embrace my mistakes. When things don't go as planned in life, I'm like a lot less shaken. I'm a lot less like shaken up about things not going right. And I know a lot of people I hear these days are adopting the mentality, which is a really good mentality to adopt, that like if you can change it, good. If you can't change it, let it go. That's also good. You feel me? Ooh. Oh no, I got paint on my floor. That's a mistake I will not be embracing. Yeah, we're gonna wipe that up quick. All right, we Gucci. Show yourself what you're capable of fixing. It happens every day in real time. You feel me? So that quote alone helped me like to not stress about things that can't change and sometimes can't be fixed either. That happens too. Sometimes not fixing the mistake is actually what was meant to be. That was the point. You know what I mean? This canvas is not looking so perfect because I'm running out of paint. Layers are thin like my hair. but we ball. You feel me? It ain't nothing. I can always go over this layer. That's the other beautiful thing about life, and I guess that art has helped me embrace too, is that like there's levels to this shit. There's so many layers to this stuff, and a lot of us are focused on peeling back a lot of layers, which is obviously very important. You want to move with a sense of lightness. In order to like elevate and ascend, you have to shed certain things so that you can be light enough to go upward and not sink down. But at the same time, I think it's important to also acknowledge that sometimes adding layers is important too, because life is also about depth, especially down here on this plane or planet that we call Earth. It's a lot of depth over here. Those levels, those layers add character. They add a sense of, what's the right word that I'm looking for, like a dynamism. I wish that was a word. Maybe it is. I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, they add a certain dimension to your experience. Oh, I don't like that mistake. I'm gonna have to fix that, because again, that's the whole point of this experience. Art imitates life? Question mark? Life imitates art? All of the above? You feel what I'm saying? It ain't that serious sometimes. It really is not. This one little, I'm going to show you in a second, because I'm not covering it up, because I feel like if I try to cover up this particular mistake, which I don't even know how that just happened, but what was I saying? Life imitates art, art imitates life. I don't know where I was going with that. I kind of lost my train of thought, but that's okay. See, as I was painting that one, like this is basically dry already. I'm confident that I could put this on the floor and it's not gonna fuck my floor up. And so I'm gonna do that because I ain't got time to waste. So, anywho's, we're embracing mistakes, right? I'm gonna show you this canvas in just a second. Let me just finish, because I certainly don't want to get paint on my camera or my tripod. That's where I draw the line. That's where I'm gonna work on actually being more refined and specifically not trying to make mistakes and actually trying to be better. I don't need to learn that lesson of what I'm capable of fixing. I don't need to learn how to get paint off my camera lens. I really would like to skip out on that lesson. You hear me? I guess I should just end my little rant there, for real. I don't know if anyone even cares. But I don't want to say it's weird for me, because I definitely can talk a lot. And do. I can and I do talk a lot. Not to myself though. That's where it's getting a little odd for me. Not to a camera. I don't do this frequently enough that this has become normal for me, but as you can see, it's really not that hard for me. This is what's left in there. Pretty, it's gonna dry down in 2 seconds, and then I'll have to mix something else. So I'm just, first of all, let me wipe some of this paint off my hand real quick, because I don't want to get too much paint everywhere. But I'm just gonna wash this paintbrush off right away, because I don't have many. I should go back and get some more. Oh, just spilled on my pajama pants. That's another mistake that I made from the very beginning, which is why I'm not even about to stress about it, because I have smock pants. I have pants that I've done art in the past that I've turned into my smock pants because they already have paint on them. So I already knew better than to sit here and paint in my pajamas. So I'm not even about to get upset. Yes, I got 2 pair of smock pants now. What is a smock? Why is it called that? Oh, I don't know. But let me just show you my second canvas. Yeah, these are officially smock pants. Even though there really isn't any paint on them for real. I got paint water, but you can't tell. So anyways, this was the first pink and this is the second pink. Lighter, cuter, whatever. But anyways, see that little dot right there? Yeah, that's the mistake that I was referring to, that I did not make intentionally. Don't really even know how that happened, but embracing it nonetheless, because that's what artists do. And that reminds me of the point that I was going to get at about life imitating art and art imitating life, is that at the end of the day, all humans, all beings are artists. We're all artists. I have a theory that God is the greatest mathematician. That's not a conversation for right now, but what I will say is that math is art, and art is math. So I saw a post about how humans should naturally practice art. That shouldn't be something like a skill that you should just obtain. That just should be a natural human behavior that we all embrace, and I fully 100% back that up, and I fully agree with that. So you're an artist. Please start acting like it. Please express it. Love you.
Do you have a towel?